Hello, my name is Mary Keller and I'm a digital artist from Mexico. On this tutorial, I'll teach you how to create your own Christmas pattern in Adobe Illustrator. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our tools panel and let's select our rectangle tool by clicking there or pressing M. And let's make a rectangle that has a width of 75 by a height of 23 and just press OK. Now let's go to our tools and find the ellipse tool. Click and create an ellipse that is 70 by 70. Now let's create a polygon tool. Click and let's have one that has a radius of 13 and 9 sides and press OK. So these are the pieces that we need. Then let's select that polygon that we just created and let's go and find our effects, distort, pucker and bloat and have one that has 30% bloat. Now that I have that, I can go to my direct selection tool, press A on my keyboard and remove the bottom anchor point. Select both of them and click again on the rectangle to make it thicker, the lines. That's indicating that this is a key object, and align it with horizontal align center. Now with your pen tool, by pressing P, close the shape, go right click, arrange, send to back. Now all you have to do is position your piece right there and let's go object, expand appearance. So now we have it like that. Now let's go to our pen tool and press P on the top. Make another point and drag a little bit. Make another point and drag a little bit. So we make a shape like that. Now select both of them, go Window, Pathfinder, and select the first option that is called Unite. Now let's change the colors to this one that I had already selected in advance. And assign them onto my shapes. And let's go right click, arrange, send to back to send it properly. Now because I expand this when this had a stroke, you can see that I have kind of two shapes there. I don't want that, so I can select it, go to my Pathfinder and press Unite. And that's going to fix everything. The next thing I want to do is select everything, go Edit, Group. You could also use the shortcut Ctrl-G. Now it may be easier if you work on this gray area, so you see your shapes clearly. Now let's go to our tools and find a rectangle tool. So click on that one, and let's create one that has a width of 64 and a height of 20. Let's create another one. And this one is going to have a width of 58 and a height of 53. Again, let's create another rectangle, and this one is going to be 17 by 53 and press OK. Now let's assign the right colors for them. So for the bottom one, I actually want a darker one, so I'm going to change the color using my eyedropper, and a light one for the top. Now let's select these three pieces and go horizontal align center, ones that I made one the key, and let's go align to the top, and let's align this one to the bottom. And now let's select the darker blue, go right click, arrange, and send to back. So now we have our present box, and what we can do is double click on our hat to go inside the group. You can see that now I am inside the group, and just go Ctrl-C to that shape that we created before, Ctrl-B to make a copy, and place it around there and make sure that you align it horizontally, and right click, arrange, send to back. Now you have your present. And change the colors so they look better. Now the next thing I want to do is create our next icon. So we're going to go to our tools panel and let's find an ellipse. Click on that one and let's create one that is 42 by 42. Then let's make a rectangle. This one is going to have a width of 20 and a height of 9. Another rectangle, and this one is going to be 54 by 21. Now let's keep that one selected and go Effect, Distort and Transform, Zigzag. And here you can have a little preview, and let's change these parameters. First I want to change my size, so I'm going to change this one to a very low value. You can see that if I go here to the points, you can have a smooth or corner. For this example I want corner, and my widgets per segment to be 13. And size 3 is fine, so I'm just going to press OK. And what I want to do is create a smaller ellipse, right? So let's go to the ellipse there and make one that is 10 by 10. And this one, I'm going to give it a stroke of 4 and remove the fill. Now it's time to assign the right color, so just a darker color for that part, a lighter color for this rectangle, and for these two I'm going to use 2 shades of green. So just make sure that you are applying that one on the fill and not the stroke. Select both these shapes, click on one to make it the key object, and go both horizontal and vertical line center. Now let's select this one, go edit, cut, select the shape, go to click here to draw inside, and let's go edit, paste in place. And now double click outside this to have it like that, already masked there. Let's move those, align them properly, move this one here and align everything, and go right click, arrange, send it back. So now we have that one. Let's select everything and press Ctrl G and do the same with the present. Now I'm going to create another ellipse. This one is going to be 30 by 30. And for this one I wanted to give it a weight of 13 and remove the fill. Now let's go to our direct selection tool, press A on my keyboard and delete the bottom anchor point. Let's go to our pen tool and let's continue this half circle a little bit, so just something like this, and here around here. Now I can select my shape and go to my caps and round them. Next, let's go and create a rectangle, and you can simply click and drag to create one just around my shape. Let's change it the fill with a stroke and sample that red color with our eyedropper. Now I'm going to press Alt and Shift, then Ctrl D to repeat that last action to create some copies. So let's move them around. This is a part that it's completely up to you, the number of sides that you want your candy crane to have. So let's move them around and see which ones are working or not. Now you can select the half circle and then go Object, Expand Appearance and Expand. So now it's a shape. Select all the red pieces and go Cut. Select the shape and then go Draw Inside. First make it a little bit smaller, and let's go Draw Inside mode and let's go Ctrl Shift B. Now you can see that that is not looking nice, so I can double click to go inside the group and keep going double clicking until you reach the area where you can move around the different rectangles there. So I keep adjusting them a little bit. You could also change the rotation. So now that I have found something that I think works for me, I can go outside my isolation group and make sure that that is a single thing. Now I'm going to go to Effect and go Distort and Transform and find Roughen. Now if I click on that, I get a window like this, and here I can make some inputs. You can see that now it's too much, so I can bring the size to something really small, so even less than a percentage. So let's go to do that, and also you can change to absolute, which is going to affect less this effect, so just 0.8 maybe, or 0.9, and let's give it more detail, so something like 23, and make sure that your points are smooth. Now press OK, and you're going to see how that effect got applied, giving your object a little bit of roughen. Now let's go to Effect and just apply roughen. You can see it right there on the top. So you apply them to all the shapes. And now that you have them all, just select them, go to Object, Pattern, Make. And a window like this is going to appear here, helping you to make your pattern. I'm going to change the tile type to Hex by Column. And let's change the width and the height of this pattern option. So let's just change the width to 253 and the height to 219. Now I'm going to move around my objects and rotate them a little bit so I can give them more movement. So let's change that one there. So let's move the candy crane. Move your objects so they have some even space around them. So once you're happy with that, all you have to do is either press done right here on the top, and now go here to your rectangle tool, click and drag to make a bigger one than the canvas, and apply your pattern. So your pattern is right there, but just so you can see it better, you can make a bigger rectangle, and let's apply a solid color like this dark purple, and let's go right click, arrange, send to back. And now you can see that you can have your pattern, and the reason why I made it in 2 parts is that you can easily change the background color. So with this, you have your Christmas pattern. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching.